Hey, welcome, welcome. Guess what time it is? It's Thursday, 7 p.m. Sacred Chakra Flow time. Yeah, so welcome everyone. Excuse me, the pollen is crazy here. And so this is a little bit of a white mountain sage. I do this for smudging, and I call in all those beings, angels, ancestral beings, animal totems, guides, minstrel guides, all those that help us clear our space and bring all good intention for the good of all. And so it is. So welcome, yay. This is episode 13 of our sacred chakra flow. And it's pretty cool that it's episode 13 because tomorrow's Friday the 13th. I don't know if anybody out there is spooked. Good evening, Robert. Good to see you. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Yeah, so I'm not really superstitious, and I really think that superstition comes from fear because it's either magic or superstition. And I think that magic, if you add fear to magic, it becomes superstitious, you know? At least that's my feeling in all my studies. Hey, hi, Natalie. Nice to see you. It's good to see everybody popping on. Please go ahead and share this out. I would love that if you could help me out and get this out there to the world. I know that there are many people out there that need this. And
good evening.
Oh, there I am. Yay. Yeah, okay, so it would be wonderful to go ahead and share this out. I don't want to take too much of my time, sharing it out. I'm hoping you guys can do that for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And any questions you have or anything that you want to discuss or talk about or bring up, please go ahead and put that in the comments. So I hope you've been enjoying all of our beautiful speakers, healers, teachers, guides. We love to call ourselves so many different things. So today, yeah, I'm talking about lucky, Friday the 13th, or we can call it thank you for sharing, everybody. We can call it magic, the use of charms and spells and believing in the supernatural. Let's go ahead and talk about our terms. Let's go ahead and talk about definitions. Me, I love the teacher. So superstition is believing in the supernatural, and the supernatural is some force that is beyond nature, beyond the natural. And if you ask me, nature is magical anyway. So, and magic is basically the use of charms and spells and rites, incantations, and incantations are spoken words. And let's see, magic, is the belief of having power over nature, extraordinary skill, using the sleight of hand. And sometimes it's almost like having some magical power, like, if you see a sports athlete and he's making that basket every time, three-pointer, it's like, wow, that's like magic, It's almost like a supernatural skill. So ESP, that's another thing, extrasensory perception, like your sixth sense, your second sight. I think Dr. J.B. Rhine, he was a psychologist at Duke University, and he's the one that actually was the first one that noted ESP, extrasensory perception, and it kind of goes along with the paranormal psychology, It's the ability, like intuition, telepathy, clairaudience, clairvoyance, all the clairs, because you can smell, hear, taste, touch, all your senses. Mediumship, pre-recognition, retro-recognition, which is like seeing the future or looking into past lives or the Akash. Hey, Dan, nice to see you. You're waking up fast. Hey, Jim. Yes. Magic is advanced technology or skills. Absolutely. and knowledge and practice is really practice. You know what I mean? Because anything without practice is nothing. You can be certified to be anything, but if you don't practice, not worth a dang doodle. So I'm working fast, yet I would love some advice of writing karma of previous lives. Oh, hey, guess what? I'm actually becoming certified in hypnotherapy, so I can help you do that. Private message me. I'd love to help you do that for free right away while I'm learning. I would love that. You can private message me at Andrea Jones Stepnowski. You can find me at Sacred Spaces with Andrea. Let's see, I'll put my name up here. And then here's the name of my other site right here. Yeah. Oh, hey, Kelly Jean, and thank goodness. Yes. Hi, Sharon. I'm sensing a great program tonight. Well, thanks, Jim. Thank you. Yes, you know, I channeled a third eye meditation this week for you guys, and I saved it for tonight. So I'm going to just bust through this information so I can for sure get a lot of I want the meditation in there for you guys. I think it's really important. All of us are dealing with all these astronomical events, and also we're thinking about ourselves, and we're worried about so many things, and it's a time of change. It's springtime where everything's busting out and exploding and coming to life, and I just want to help you guys, you know, channel and into your inner self, your third eye, your pineal gland, and help you focus a little bit in life here. So let's get back to the ESP. So I know some of you out there, you're probably as old as I am, and you saw Escape to Witch Mountain, and that totally intrigued the crap out of you. Tony and Tina and hey, back, see you. Yeah, so use your intuition, use your third eye. It's real. All this stuff is real. I know that people are like, oh, I don't believe in that stuff. Well, guess what? You don't have to believe in it for it to be real, for it to work with you. In fact, I don't know if you all know Charlie Goldsmith, but he's the healer, and he has a show. I can't remember. I think maybe his show is called The Healer, but anyhow, I love him and I've been following him. I also love April Fontana. She also does oracle healing. She's the oracle healer. She's helped me and my pets. Hey, Kathy, nice to see you. And that's also real. And he's also studying with NYU. Charlie Goldsmith is doing a study with NYU, and he's really excited because what they're doing is testing energy and seeing if people who don't believe, or people who are really skeptic, or even actually don't believe at all, if it works on them. And so many people, including myself in the world, send out energy through Reiki to people who don't even know it. Like we'll use coma patients, we'll use people who have been in severe accidents, medical comas. These people are helped severely with distant healing and energy sent. So it is documented. It has been documented for hundreds of thousands of years in many different cultures, you know. People have used tinctures and teas and herbs and potions, which is basically magical medicine. It's drugs in liquid form. It's the original drug, basically. You know, our drugs came from plants and roots and herbs and trees, and we pulverized them and spun them and took out the one molecule that we thought healed and put it into a pill. And now we believe in magic. You know, that's the magic. Oh, this pill's going to run to the little part of this body that needs it and heal it. So to me, that's magic. It's a paradigm shift in your brain. Nature really is magical, but it's also factual. Okay. So that leads me to, you know, these potions and mixtures, and these were made by witch doctors and people who were considered witches and powerful, wonderful, eccentric, lovely, beautiful crones and individuals in their tribes and in their families. And so they would also be known as druids or fairies, witches, shamans, magical people, witch doctors, you name it. They'd use wands and spells. And so basically a wand is a thin handheld stick or a rod. And, you know, I have many different wands. Here's a wand that I have that's tourmaline, and it also has my chakra stones and colors in it. It's pretty cool. I have a unakite wand for doing intense heart work. Okay, don't get me into the crystals. You know how I use up that time. This is kind of cool. This is a chevron amethyst point wand. And I'm using this tonight for our third eye because I like the wave in it. It reminds me of what we're doing with our pineal gland. And it also has the colors of the white and the platinum and the purple that we're using for our third eye opening tonight. So yeah, back to the handheld sticks and rods, or, and most of the times they're made with natural material and used for ceremonies. And it goes all the way back to ancient times with royal scepters, the big, huge, well, let's see, I pulled a card today, Lord Shiva, who I love. And I love Kyle Gray's deck made by Lily Moses. But Lord Shiva, transcendence, isn't that ironic? But see, if you can see, he's got a scepter right there in front of him, or a trident scepter, and it's got a jewel in it. And most of them did have orbs and jewels, and they depicted royalty and knowledge and power, massive amounts of power. And they were used to invoke many things. A lot of times, like spells and charms are incantations. They can be spoken or unspoken. I know you've heard abracadabra and bibbidi bobbidi boo and those kind of things, but also nam myoho renge kyo. Those are also chants, mantras, incantations, and spells as well. I mean, you can label them whatever you want, but there's historical documentation that exists in many, many cultures. And, I don't make this stuff up. People don't make this stuff up. It's something that we are understanding. And I encourage you to become a skeptic, to become superstitious, to become that person within you that has a drive to understand and learn and practice. And that leads you to healing, and it leads you to many knowledgeable things. In fact, speaking of knowledge, crystals, they hold and have been through earthly elements. They help us ground and cope, and they're full of knowledge and portals, and they have many ways to connect the inner you with your guides and your ancestors and your past lives, your future lives, and your inner selves. So let's see. So I think I've already talked about how when you add fear to magic, it becomes labeled as bad and superstitious. And, you can have a collection of good thoughts and you can have a collection of bad thoughts. The thing is you need a collection of both in order to understand. You don't understand good unless you know bad, and you don't understand fearless unless you know complete fear. And you have to allow yourself to collect the knowledge, open up that space. You've got to release some of the old beliefs and the old trauma and the old karmic garbage and ways you do things and the way you believe, like just blindly going into a doctor's office and taking their word for it. Like, those kind of things. When you change one little thing, everything starts to flow in that direction. And then you open up a space for a spinning flow of an influx of new information, a new you, a new growth. And as I've told you before, we grow a new body every 7 years. Every single solitary cell in our body reproduces itself in 7 years. And so talk to your cells. Your cells, this is documented too, your cells listen. They are full of water and energy, and they understand. When you say, oh, I hate my stomach, it's so bad, it listens. So don't say that stuff anymore. Be grateful and say, I love you so much, and I'm sorry you're hurting today. What can I do to help you? Here's some ginger. And put intention into your food, like, allow this drink. We used to pray before every meal when I'd go to my grandparents, and I loved that part. Even though we weren't, completely go to church every single week and every single day or ever, we practiced spirituality, and we gave thanks to Mother Earth, and we grew things on the land. And anyway, all right, little sip here. We're going to go ahead and get into our meditation. We've got 15 minutes. That gives us a lot of time. What I want to encourage you to do each week is to have water and a pen and paper, because it's so important to document your own feelings, your own thoughts, your own ideas, what comes to you, what you see, what you visualize, what you feel on a piece of paper after your meditations. And so when it's right next to you, it's easier for you to do. And that becomes a practice. We talked about practice. So practice. I encourage you to have that by your bed and also near you during meditation. Water's vital because you need to hydrate. And if you have your bottles of water that we put in the moonlight, and you can also elixir crystallize your waters, you can write on your water bottles with intention, all of these beautiful modalities, you know. So what I want you to do is go ahead, take a minute. Hi, Lori. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Get some water, get a pen and piece of paper, and we're going to do a third eye meditation. I channeled this the other day, and I got most of it put down on paper so I could read it. The rest, you might hear me flip a paper or two. I apologize. So, all right, my loves, let's do this. Okay, with gentle breath in through your nostrils. Let's just come into the body. Full deep breath into the feet, down into the earth, and back up to the crown of your head. Yes, Chris, all of this works. Even if you're not here right now enjoying this live, all of this resonates with you. I trust that this is coming to you at a time that is important for you, whether you're watching it now or in the replay. All right, let's bring our chin to our chest. Gently breathing. To our left ear, to our left shoulder, very gently, and the right ear to the right shoulder. Chin up. Straight back. Bring our shoulders up to our ears, real slow and gentle. And back down. Do this a couple more times. Nice and gentle. Take the time you need and try to release and elongate the neck and the spine. And gently try to get the shoulder blades to touch and release each time in the back. As you do this, you're engaging your spinal column, your vagus nerve, and your mind. Feels so good. The mind-body connection, the pineal gland. Just feel yourself in your body. No more thinking, no more chores. Fully in that beautiful divine vessel that is you. Now that we've engaged our mind and body, we now call our guides, our higher selves, our ancestral beings and angels, animal totems, and all those that can support us with only pure, unconditional love and light for the good of all. And so it is. As we take in the cleansing breath, breathe and release it through our mouths, letting go of any and all remaining thoughts, patterns, feelings, all karma from past, present, and future. All those negative thoughts that are left, just release them into the energy of creation. Like small balloons of thought released into the energy of creation and change so that it can be used for the good of all. Back into Mother Earth, and so it is. Now I want you to think about that space between your brows and your forehead, in the middle of your forehead, about 2 inches in front of your physical body, and sideways, upside down, any way you see your third eye. Take a deep breath and see the purple and golden spinning as it opens and closes. This is your intuitive vision. As it slowly opens and closes, The golden becomes brighter on the edges and the purple deeper in the center. See it spin. As it spins, it's opening and closing the mind's eye. Or the faster that it spins, the longer the vision becomes, the deeper you see. The eye doesn't need to be open all the way. It's almost like a peripheral vision, a blurred vision, almost like a crossed eye vision. So take a second to do this and feel what's comfortable with you. Eyes closed, focus point, soft gaze, blurred vision. As it spins, you feel a warm, comfortable, loving presence surrounding you. It's your guardian angel, your soul guide, your inner self. Standing just behind you, to the right of you, very bright, the warmth fills you almost to the point of a slight tingle all over your physical body. It's so good to feel your guide near you. It's so good to know that your angels surround you. Now, in your mind's eye, taking the hand of your guide, feeling the warmth, the violet golden warmth. Rise gently and with ease allow yourself to be guided by this beautiful, pure, love light presence. As you casually glide and move along with this warm, joyful, protected feeling, you smile, knowing that you're safe. Safe in the beautiful violet glow of this wonderful, wonderful angel. Taking in a deep cleansing breath as you notice you're standing in front of a long, elegant, set table in the middle of the forest. Take a minute to look around. There are many wondrous items. The table is clothed with beautiful, beautiful lace tablecloth, gorgeous candelabras and foods and music and drinks of all kinds, decorations and lights hanging from the trees. Take a minute to look around. What does it smell like? As you're beginning to wonder who this celebration is for, familiar energies of animals, ancestors, human and angelic form begin to enter and sit at the grand table of pleasure. It's at this moment you realize that they're all here for you. This glorious presentation, all of these guests are here for you. This magnificent reunion is for you. How wonderful, how exciting, how comforting to know how and where to find them at all times. They're right here in your mind's eye. This is not an external space that you're in. It's internal and it's yours. It's your space. Take a moment to look around. What's everyone wearing? Do any of the people or angels or animals look or seem familiar to you? Is it warm out? Is it day or evening? Are you near a river or a lake? Can you hear any birds? Are there any familiar smells? Smiling and taking a few deep, cleansing breaths. As you smile, move your fingers, move your hands. Place them on your heart. As we are bathed in the light of unconditional love, we take this time to honor our divine selves and pay gratitude to all those energies and beings that lead, guide, and love us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, again, taking the hand of your guide, make your way to the spinning purple wheel of your own third eye. Visualize a doorway of golden light engulfed in violet rays of love as you enter your back in your chair, tapping your feet on the ground, opening your eyes, taking 3 soft, energizing breaths, and putting your hands in prayer position with me as we say, smile knowing we are the answer to our ancestors' prayers, and empowered knowing the space to find and reunite with them are right in our mind's eye. My love to you all. Remember to take good care of yourselves tonight. Lots of water. Your emotions will definitely arise. This is a very potent meditation because you are visualizing your own self, your own space, your own security. And I encourage you to keep that pen and paper handy and write down anything that you've experienced and occurred in this meditation for you today. I would love to hear about it. I would love you to private message me or comment, and we'll talk about it next week. I would love to engage in that. Now, I hope you all enjoyed that. Hi, Rena. Oh my gosh, don't apologize. This all resonates to you. When you get there, it's on your time. And yes, Chris, this will still work. If you watch it in the replay, it'll work for weeks and months to come. You can do this every day if you want to remind yourself to practice. And here's the name of my other page. You can find me at Sacred Spaces with Andrea. You can find me right here, 7 p.m. every Thursday. I encourage you to go to www.askyourrecords.com and sign up for our beautiful Akashic Academy. It's $11.11 a month. I think you can pay on a monthly basis. You can even get a discount up front. It's $100 a year. Go and look at the cool magazine. If you take a picture of yourself reading the magazine, I think you win a couple cool prizes as well. Let's see, my time is basically up, but I'm going to jump over to my other page because I have a couple other things that I want to discuss, I want to talk about. I had a couple channel writings that came through this week, and I just want to share them with you guys. And so jump over to Sacred Spaces with Andrea. It's right there, Sacred Spaces. Well, Sacred Spaces with Andrea. And that's where I'm going to go live. There we go. All right. You want to see my amethyst point one more time before we go? Oh, this one's cool. This one's got some rainbows coming in. You see that rainbow? Oh, you're welcome. Namaste. The spirit in me honors the spirit that is within you. Thank you for all coming today. Look at that baby. Oh, that's powerful. It's got some rainbows. There's a triangular record keeper. I encourage you to go get a crystal Bible book and read all about your crystals. I'm going to show you that cool Kyle Gray card again. Lord Shiva. Transcendence. Rise up. Honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. You see this? See, he's got his scepter. He has the Kundalini stake, so it's that's hilarious. Snake, so his vagus nerve is activated. It's amazing. I love the sacred geometry. He's got all the stars in line behind him. His hair is floating as if he's like against gravity. Anyway, I could talk about all this. Yes, Judy Hall is the Crystal Bible lady. She is actually, you're welcome, Jim. Namaste, Kathy. Cool. You're welcome, Lori. You know what? I have been channeling these meditations recently, and I actually love them. I think I'm gonna make a book and put it out there. I think people will really benefit from that. What do y'all think? Hey, how cool. 13 viewers and 13 reactions right now. And this is my 13th episode. Synchronicity, right? Don't you just love synchronicity? I'll see you guys next week. I love you beyond love.